This podcast is sponsored by Renewal by Andersen of Central Pennsylvania. Save 20% on all windows, patio doors, and entry doors now through September 30th. That's at no money down, no payments, and no interest for a whole year. Call 717-727-7558 or head to rbacentralpa.com/deals to get in on this one now. A man who shot a home intruder isn't expected to face charges. Meanwhile, some areas are seeing a rise in corporations buying homes. There's a new state agency on the block. Oh, and you may want to head to these cities should the dead rise. I'm Claudia Dimuro, and you're listening to Today in PA. Jeremy Cox and his girlfriend were getting ready for pizza and a movie in their Butler home last Wednesday night when they heard a loud bang ring out from the basement, reports Pittsburgh's Action News 4. The two went down to check it out, and after seeing that a man had broken in, both ran back upstairs, her to call 911 and him to get his gun. Cox proceeded to tell the intruder, later identified as Nathan Harvey, to show his hands and to leave, although the man got aggressive and started to get closer. Cox then fired a warning shot, but Harvey kept coming closer, claiming at one point how he was running away from the cops and asking Cox to hide him. Cox, refusing, shot again, and this time wounded him, keeping Harvey detained until the police arrived. Harvey is expected to be arrested and arraigned once he's released from medical care. Cox, on the other hand, isn't expected to face charges for shooting him. Allegheny County is seeing a spike in corporations buying up homes, driving up competition with local residents as a result, reports the Tribune Review. Pittsburgh Community Reinvestment Group, a nonprofit that, quote, seeks to effect system change at the local, state, regional, and federal levels through advocating for sound community revitalization policies and practices, released a new report which analyzed the share of households sold to corporate entities or real estate investors between 2010 and 2021. What the report found was that such purchases increased from 9.7% to 18% during that time. PCRG Policy Director Chris Rosslaw deems this corporate home buying as quote-unquote predatory. He also expressed the hope that officials will draft some type of legislation as a way to enforce some regulation against these practices and to increase transparency behind these purchases. There's a new state agency on the block, states the York Daily Record. The Pennsylvania Office of Outdoor Recreation, which will coordinate with departments such as the Department of Conservation and Natural Resources to grow and expand Pennsylvania's outdoor sector, which, this podcast has stated before, brought in nearly $14 billion to the state economy last year. The office's creation has been in the works for quite some time, but it's been officially launched as of last week. This is some good news. It starts off PennLive. Some very serious news. Should a zombie apocalypse break out, there's 2 cities in Pennsylvania that are the safest to be in the country. Long Love published a study that went deep into where people would want to be should the deceased no longer rest in peace. And after grading 200 of America's cities on things like hideouts and supplies, Pittsburgh was ranked 19th overall, meaning it was among the top 20 safest, and Philadelphia was 22nd, which isn't all too bad either. Number 1 on the list was Houston, Texas, and in last was Miramar Beach, Florida. If a zombie apocalypse ever did break out, you'd find me at a Costco. Welcome back, you guys. Hope you all had an enjoyable extended weekend. For even more news, check out PennLive.com. And also, please don't forget to rate this podcast and to leave in an honest review if you'd like. Thanks ahead of time, and as always, thanks for listening. I'm Claudia Dimuro, and I'll talk to you tomorrow during another episode of Today in PA. This podcast is sponsored by Renewal by Andersen of Central Pennsylvania. Save 20% on all windows, patio doors, and entry doors now through September 30th. That's at no money down, no payments, and no interest for a whole year. Call 717-727-7558 or head to rbacentralpa.com/deals to get in on this one now.